Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of the Best Friends podcast. I'm joined by Isayah Kloster and Seth Doss. And why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Please.
One of you go first.
I'll start. So, my name's Seth Doss. Seth Deezy Doss.
Deezy.
I actually got the name Deezy from freshman year, last year. I made a couple rap songs. I don't regret them though. I still think they're fire to this day.
I love them.
And at first I thought that they're gonna be cringe when I look back, but right now I'm still loving it and enjoying it. And
Yes, sir. Zay was actually on them. He made an appearance on
I
them.
did.
What's your rapper name?
Lil Zay.
Lil Zay.
Lil Zay.
Lil Zay. And
I mean, talk about a legacy though. Whenever you talk about Young Deezy,
oh yeah,
I mean something
sure.
that we did in a weekend, and people are still talking about it to this day. So.
yeah. Well, I mean, what freshman class is going to come in and just flame their senior class? Like, that's not been done before. Like, I think it just set the standard for what our class had to expect. And how about you introduce yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Isaiah. I don't have a cool nickname. Lil Zay.
Zay.
People just call me Zay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like super exciting.
Come on, give us a fun fact or something.
A fun fact is I played basketball, but I could not consistently dunk until I was like 17 or 18 years old.
Hey, and now it gets up. Shout out Coach Bowman. Shout out Coach
Say.
Shout out both of them.
I wouldn't say that's ridiculous though. I feel like
It's not, but I feel like it's ridiculous whenever you're like 6'3", 6'4", and like people, like I'm one of the taller people from my high school, and it's always like, can you dunk? Can you dunk?
Yo,
Hey,
get up.
hey, yo, let me get a shot. Hey,
Boom,
can you
son.
dunk real quick? And it's like, no. Like I wish I could, but I can't.
I'm trying.
do you think what do you guys think about that? Like we're like automatically in high school if you're 6'2", and you're a big man, you're the 5.
It's terrible. It was terrible, and it's something like I was going into my junior year. I was 6'3", and it's like, all right, it's time for you to learn post moves. Like, yo, I'm trying to like not do this for like the rest of my life, but it's like I just kind of had to do what I had to do.
I think we talked about this before, but when you first came into high school, you're more of like a guard wing player, and then it kind of like transitioned into like big man, or
Yeah, because I could shoot really well.
Oh, you could.
Like middle school and early high school.
What happened?
I don't know. No,
I'm
you
just
say
playing,
that, but
I'm
like
just
so many people have been like what happened mentally to you between your
Markelle
sophomore and junior season where you just could not shoot anymore? And I think I just started overthinking because it started getting like more serious. It was like
No, you can shoot. It's just
on occasion, it's my confidence.
it's just reps.
Yeah, that's all it
They
is.
had 5 threes against us in high school.
Are you? Y'all played each other?
Yeah, he had 5
We-
threes.
My high school was supposed to play Zay, but we were never good enough to play him, so we didn't go far enough in the MICDS tournament.
We lost first round,
Yeah.
but we won the consolation tournament.
We were seeded 8th, and we played the 9th seed and lost, like every year. It's bad.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Happens to the best of
they
us.
ball up top. Yeah. So I guess I'll get into my first question. And wait, first off, did you give yourself the nickname Deezy, or was this given to you by someone else? Or this was like your rapper name that you just wanted to come up with?
That's a great question.
Because I mean, it's your IG persona as well, Deezy,
I know.
on your second account.
That's crazy. I really never.
It just
I
came out.
don't know where it came from. I actually do know where it came from. So you know Lil Wayne and how they said like Wheezy,
Yeah.
and then I was like Doss, like young Doss, young Seth, like none of that like made sense. So like I just.
But like, I get it, Deezy and Wheezy though.
Mhm.
Like the little, yeah.
Yeah, I
Do you
just
want-
kind of flipped it.
Do you want me to link your music onto the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Link in the description.
Shout out Lil Deezy. Go check out Icy Wonderland. That's my favorite song.
Good facts.
And the Meadow. We might.
I might find a girl, man.
Have to find out if she's
Not your nice.
There you go. Come on.
What?
All right, yeah. So my first question for the both of you is, what drew you guys to IC? Like, what was it about school when you first got here that you were like, yeah, I'm going to go here?
Ram. When I tell you, like, all right, my story, it's a little crazy. Like, literally, I'm telling you, when I committed, it was so spur of the moment. Like, I hadn't even applied yet. So it was like, my brother.
Bro didn't even apply.
Was
Bro didn't even know if he got in.
He committed.
They were going to make sure you got in, though.
Yeah. So my brother, it's the day before signing day. And my brother, like, my dad's like, oh, like, you know, are you getting narrowing it down to, like, any schools? And I was like, no, like, just nothing's calling my name. Like, I don't know. Like, and, like, my brother, so, like, random day before signing day, my brother's like, he sits me down and, like, he low-key set me up, but he was like, he was like, man, I care about you and I love you. And you need to make a decision now because you don't want to be a bum for the rest of your life, blah, 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 blah. Now go upstairs and pray. I was like, so I went upstairs and I, like, closed my eyes for, like, 1 second. Like, I didn't even pray. I just closed my eyes for 1 second. I was like, I'm going to Illinois College. Because it was between Parkland and IC. Like, at that point, it was between Parkland and IC. I was going JUCO or I was going here.
What made the decision so close between IC and Parkland? Like, you just...
So, IC, like, in general, like, the coaching staff, like, they just show so much love.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew no matter what.
IC has, like, top tier recruiting, though. Like, Coach Jay, the coach that recruited all of us, and also Coach Schwer, like, they're great with, like, just, like, the personality side, bringing in, like, the right people. So, like, the recruiting part is, like, I think one of the best recruitment coaches, like, in all of D3 probably. At least, like, I don't know, or we go here. So
Jay and Schwer, like, they're literally the goats.
Yeah.
Like, they're really good at what they do. And, like, we wouldn't be, like, the organization we are now without them.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but...
No. That was a great point.
Yeah.
Because, like, sometimes you, like, lose focus of that. You got to appreciate them for just kind of what they do.
Yeah.
But
you were talking about, like, the like, what made it so close between IC and Parkland, just to remind you.
Oh, yeah, Parkland. So Parkland, I don't know. I just I like the challenge that, like, they weren't going to necessarily, like, they were going to give me a scholarship, but they weren't promising me, like they were promising me an opportunity, but they weren't like, oh, yeah, you're going to automatically come here and play and this, that, and the third. And IC didn't either.
Was that a D2 school, or?
They're a D2 JUCO.
Oh, okay.
So it was between JUCO or D3.
Yeah.
And, like, everybody thought I was going to McKendree, but McKendree, oh my gosh. I have unspoken beef with them.
Really?
Yeah, they did me bogus. But.
And then you had a vision or something, and you were just like, I'm going IC.
Literally. I didn't even go to admissions.
And I heard, what was it, like, the first week we were here or something, was it that, like, the first, like, what was, like, that day called, like, IC Go Day?
Ready, Set, Go.
Ready, Set, Go. Didn't you have to go to that during
I had
camp?
to go to that during camp.
Bro didn't go on a tour before.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, that was so funny.
Bro, that week was very funny.
I think Boost might have also had to do that, or somebody like Boost or Cole had to do that too. So.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Pep.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
Miss Pep. Wish she was here.
Influential piece.
Yes, sir. So, Zay, what drew you to IC?
I think you guys really touched on, like, the main thing was, like, the recruitment process, but, like, specifically Coach Jay, like that he was, like, very genuine in everything he told me, and he made it, like, a super comfortable process. Like, the minute that I came for my visit, like, he was, like, the first face I saw. He was the last person I talked to before I left. I mean, he'd text me when I got home and stuff like that, and then, like, he would come to my games, and, like, he came to, like, a practice, which I thought was, like, I mean, I bet, like, they came to your guys' practice and stuff, but, like, that was just, like, a crazy feeling. Like, it just makes me feel like they genuinely, like, want
Yeah,
me to
for
be
sure.
part of something. So like that was really cool, and like just seeing how everybody was so close together.
Yeah.
I literally specifically remember on my visit, I asked Coach Jay, like, do guys like hang out outside of this? Like, do they like eat together?
Mhm.
He was like, oh yeah, blah blah, you'll see it. And like as I'm leaving practice, like there's like 10 guys just walking to the calf.
Yeah.
It's like now looking back, it's like we do that all the time. So it's like, I mean, this is really like a no-brainer. Like, I don't think anywhere else can give you this kind of like genuine family feeling of like a bunch of guys who are really willing to like buy in on and off the court. So
Yeah. And there was a specific moment. I don't know if you were already committed here or you were planning to commit here, but your high school team had a walkthrough here. Can you kind of talk about that moment?
Yeah, we played.
I just thought about it.
It was weird. We played at Quincy for regionals. We played against Collinsville.
Mhm.
We ended up losing, which is not my fault. No, I'm just playing. I'll take responsibility for that. But anyways, I guess it was like maybe like a weird. It might be like a Friday or something.
Yeah.
But we just didn't have time to like go do our walkthrough before. So since like our coach has talked to my high school coach at the time, you know, they were cool. So he was like, my coach was like, hey, do you mind if we walk through, blah blah. It was really cool actually. Like they greeted me at like they greeted us at the door and stuff, and like we all kind of like got to see what it was gonna look like. But then it was like right before the men's practice.
Yeah.
So they're literally like
All
of them,
watching you.
Ness, Maz, Josh, Buzz, Arlen, and like probably Will, like they're all just standing like right outside the locker room staring.
They want to know if you're good or not.
I'm like, oh God. I was like, don't pass me the rock right now. But no, that was definitely pretty cool. That was a fun experience. Our guy, he didn't play at all, and I'm telling you, he hit me with the craziest like shimmy post up in front of everybody. I'm like, bro, I'm about to like go here. Like,
And then
these are my future teammates, bro.
they probably forgot about it like 20 minutes
They probably
later.
did. But whenever it happened, I was like, wow. And my teammates were like, dang, like, you're going to take that? I was like, what am I supposed to do? We're at walkthrough. He's not supposed to be going full speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he was low-key trying to get recruited.
He probably was. He probably was.
He saw
Who's
his
that kid?
opportunity. He was ready to take your offer.
He was.
But yeah. I'd say for me, like, the reason why I wanted to come to IC and the reason why, like, I was really drawn to this school was I remember my first visit was in October. Well, even before that, like, being recruited in AAU, like, Coach Jay was recruiting one of my other teammates, and he also saw me play, and he was interested in me after that, and we built like a relationship like all these guys have with him, and yeah, like that same genuine like interest and pursuit of me was like really special, and I really appreciated him for it. And also IC was like one of the first schools to really start recruiting me, and I really felt like a genuine connection with them. But like once you get on campus, like I've never heard of Illinois College before. Like when I got, well, I'm from St. Louis. It's not that far, but like these guys are both Illinois natives, and I don't know. I got here and the campus was much nicer than I expected. Like you get here and it's a D3 school, but even like the courts, our facilities are very nice. Like the people, when you get here, like the people are so nice. Like it's a small community, but they really like rally around each other, and even like the support we get for games, like it's incredible. Like the amount of people that come out and we put on a show and they just show love back, and it's like crazy. Like that same energy from the fans supporting the games is put into like the teachers here, even the students that go here, just like daily life, and it's like a family environment. And you I don't know if you really get that with many bigger schools, because there's a lot of it's a mix of a lot more people, and yeah, like I really enjoyed my visit. I really enjoyed the culture and like what they stood for and still stand for, and like all my meetings with Shreer went well, and like I thought like this is a place where I'm really going to challenge myself and kind of like figure out the next steps of what I want to do. And so far, I feel like that has been true, and I've been able to like make really good friendships with people on the team as well. So yeah, that's kind of what drew me here, and yeah.
Well
I kind
said.
of have a question.
Yeah.
So like, I never asked you, but like, so I know second semester last year is when you went into nursing, right?
Yeah.
What like made you do that?
So at end of first semester, like second semester is when I officially started like trying to get into that. First semester, I was still undecided. Wasn't sure if I wanted to do business or do like some other major. But honestly, it was the fact that I needed to make a decision soon on nursing, because I had kind of like gone into it. I talked about it on my other podcast, but my real reason for wanting to become a nurse was like kind of boring. Like I just know that they make a lot of money. But listen, it's
so
not
real.
that shallow. It's not that shallow. Like I
That's
swear.
fair.
Like my
That's
friend,
totally fair.
one of my friends, the summer before freshman year, he had this car. He had this Charger, and I asked him. I was like, "Where did you get that car?" And he was like, "My brother got it for me." I was like, "What does your brother do?" He's a travel nurse. I was
Wow.
like, "Bro, that sounds so cool."
Yeah.
And I was just like thinking to myself, I'm like, "Bro, like, what do I want to do with my life?" And I'm like,
That's so real.
because like I had made basketball my identity for so long, you know, it's kind of like you don't really dedicate that much time to other parts of your life. And I was like, there's so many things I want to do, but I went into nursing and met with like the advisors and stuff like that, because typically they want you to know before you even come in. But I had a lot of the classes already done, or prereqs already done, so I just went in there, had a meeting, and I was like, yes, this makes sense for me, and I'm going to go into nursing. I'm ready to commit to it, because I knew like time was ticking, and I really wanted to do it, so I was like, might as well get into it. And yeah, so clinical, starting up, and also Buzz does it, so I figured out like it was possible, like
Facts.
with basketball too. And yeah, it kind of surprised me when I found out he was a nursing major, but because I didn't see nursing as like I saw it as like a predominantly female job.
Real.
And sometimes that can be scary, like to go into and be like really thrive in. But I mean, it's gaining more popularity for like males to go into. But I'm not saying that like, oh, like it's hard because I'm the only guy. No, like just I don't know. I really didn't know I want to go into nursing until I was just like, I'm gonna do this because I like what they stand for. Some people in my family are in medical, so it's like I asked them about it, and I was like, yeah, like this makes sense for me. And now I'm also like interested in going into like neuroscience as well, and like psychology almost, because I like the relationship of like mental health and like everyday function, and also like our emotions as humans and stuff like that, and how they play a role on like athletes, on people. So I feel like those two things kind of like contrast well and help each other. And yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm interested in. Like there's so many things I want to do. I like traveling. I like going to different places. So I might not like put the job with that, see where it takes me. So yeah, that was kind of a long answer.
No, well said.
Yeah.
I like that second part that you said. You might need to inspect me. I feel like I'm the most like wishy-washy guy I know. Like
Really?
one day I'll be like.
But I
and
feel
then the
like
next-
you're very, like, your like normal level is still positive. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be in a bad mood, but you're not gonna stay that way for the whole day.
That is
Or
true.
it's really not gonna stay that way for a couple days. Like the crazy thing is like everyone would be lying if they said like their emotions didn't get to them from time to time. And it's like learning just how to better handle it is something that's like very interesting to me, and that's why I'm like interested in that. And it's like, yeah, I feel like as an athlete you have to be able to handle it well, because like there will be days where I don't know, you have a loss and you can't just break down. Like you have to be mentally strong enough to move on and all that. So I feel like that's what sports is teaching me, and hopefully teaching you guys as well. And I think that's why we're able to be so successful as a team, because we have, you know, we're not there yet, but like where we want to be, but I think we have a pretty mentally strong team. I would say so. But yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we could do some
I don't know. Like it
deepest-
could be better, but
I could be a diva for sure.
We're very competitive.
Everybody can.
I know when Zay's mad. I know. I really know when Zay's mad.
Bro, yeah, it's hard, bro. It's hard whenever, like, and it's different than high school because in high school, you have guys who will play baseball. So it's like, okay, whatever. And we have guys who play football. It's like, all right, whatever, bad practice. This isn't my sport. But it's like 20-something of us, and this is like what we got.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we should be passionate and care and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
It's hard to deal with those emotions, but for sure, you gotta embrace them.
Yeah, of course. And I also wanted to ask, like, going off that, since you guys were young, like, what's your story with basketball? Like, what was your progression into, like, becoming a basketball player, like, for each of you? Like, was this something you knew you wanted to do from a young age, or was it, like, a process of where you had to try multiple sports, or was it, like...
I'll throw it to you first.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I feel like the love of basketball came just from, like, my family.
Mm-hmm.
My grandpa played. My mom and my aunt played. My sister played a little bit. But, like, I grew up and I remember just watching, like, Derrick Rose and, like, Rondo. And it's like that, it felt so cool to just, like, be one of those guys. Yeah. And it's funny now because, like, I'm the complete opposite of exactly what they do. So it's
Not
like,
really.
If you see what how Derrick Rose, like, gets in the air and then, like, changes the way his body looks and then lays it up.
I was thinking the Rondo route.
Yeah, I can pass the ball, I guess, but, like...
And you got the ball fakes online.
I do have... I don't mind a good ball fake. But also, like, it's a very team sport, but it also teaches you, like, a lot about yourself.
Yeah. And
there's, like, a lot of life lessons that I carry from just, like, coaches and basketball in general. Mm-hmm. Like, if it weren't for this sport, like, I wouldn't be mentally the person I am today. Obviously, not physically, but, like, I would not mentally be, like, who I am. And I mean, there's just a lot of things that I learned from, you know, people who are older than me, which is why I would love to be a coach one day, because I feel like I have all this knowledge, and it would be like a crime for me not to share it to, like, either, like, my kids or just, like, people at the Y. Like, I got into training, literally there was a guy who was, like, top 5 in scoring at our high school all the time. But he was at the high school and he was just training a guy. And I was, like, off on the side hoop just shooting. I was watching him and he just looked at me and was like, "Do you want to get in?" I was like, "Yeah." And, like, since then it was like we just trained for, like, 5 years together. And it's just like I feel like I should do that too. Like, I feel like this is...
Pay it forward to the next generation.
But yeah, I just feel like of course, like, it's brought me some, like, of the lowest of the lows from, like, just how tough this sport is, obviously physically, but mentally, emotionally. But it's also, like, some of my best moments, some of the best people I've met, some of the best, like, best friends, best coaches, like, I've met through the sport. So yeah, that's what I would say.
For sure.
For me, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, when I was a kid, I liked, like, horses and giraffes and, like, pigs and, like, I wanted to be a wildlife.
Some animals?
Yeah, like, I just wanted to study animals. And I liked Godzilla, and I liked Ultraman. It's like a Japanese, you guys gotta look that up, Ultraman. It's a Japanese, like, movie series. Ultraman Mebius. Top tier, but that's like, I was into, like, weird stuff, like I like, not weird.
I don't think it's weird. I'm just very intrigued by
I did not expect that.
I was into Minecraft, like, I was so scared.
Minecraft, yeah.
No, no.
Don't hate on Minecraft. We be playing. I was playing Minecraft, like, with Maz, like, last year.
True.
Yeah.
But I was playing Minecraft and I was scared of the Ender Dragon. I remember that. I hated that fight. But, like, I was just into a lot of different stuff, and I never really had a passion for basketball. Like, I was good at it because, like, my dad grew me up. He used to take us to the park, and he'd be like, "All right, go to the park. You do 1-2 step, and you throw it off the glass. You see that square right there? You touch that square every time." And, like, "All right, I'll do it. Throw it off the glass." And I was naturally, like, I naturally had pretty good touch. And, like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, like, I was always a really good player. But, like, I just didn't have any passion for it. I was just skilled at it.
You had always played but you were still waiting for that moment to like find a passion, kind of.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. And it can't. I mean, it kind of came like for me, like seventh grade year is when my mom passed, and I had no like, I felt like I had no outlet. Like I didn't, cause like my dad experienced it, my brother experienced it. Like I can't go to them about it, and then nobody else knew like how it felt. Like it was so new. So I just went harder in basketball. I remember the day it happened. My uncle was like he took us to eat with my dad, and they're like, anything you guys want to do today, like we'll do it. Like what do you want to do? And we both, me and my brother both said, we want to hoop. Like we want to play basketball, and that's where it started. So then that year we won state for seventh grade, and I was like, man, like I really love like this is my sport. And then after that, it's just always been like an outlet, consistency. And then I fell in love with it. Fell in love with LeBron because that was when LeBron was going crazy.
That was
2018
like
LeBron was the year after that too. So it was like it was kind of like
So is LeBron the GOAT?
yes, 100%.
You're gonna say MJ?
I think that we had we found a medium. It was like LeBron is the best basketball player of all time, but Michael Jordan is the GOAT of the NBA.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. So, this is kind of random, but
Yeah.
not really. What is Edwardsville like?
It's changed a lot, honestly, in my opinion. But it seems like since I've left for college and I come back, something new has popped up.
Yeah.
And it was like growing up, it was like, I feel like it was relatively small. But since it's just, now we have like a really big main road that is like, we have Chick-fil-A, Cane's, we're building a Dick's.
We need a Chick-fil-A in Jacksonville.
Yes, we do. Absolutely, we do.
Maybe I'll bring one. Maybe I'll start a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like, I feel like since I grew up there, like I know where to drive at what time to avoid traffic. But I mean, I don't know. It's not like a lot like Jacksonville. I feel like it's a lot more bougie. A lot of teams in our conference think that we're all the rich kids, which I mean, yeah, I can see how that comes off. But I don't know. It can be kind of busy at times, but I mean that's my home, so I love it.
I heard Edwardsville is known for like producing a lot of like athletes.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know. I think I heard that from like my high school coach.
Yeah, I think that we just have like a really good history of athletes.
Yeah.
From like
Kate Martin.
Kate Martin's in the league right now, and AJ Epinesa is in the NFL right now. It's crazy because like AJ Epinesa grew up with my sister, and I played basketball with his younger brother, and like it's weird because I see him at my school sometimes. Like I took a picture with him, and then like I open Instagram and it's a picture of him sacking Pat Mahomes, and it's like what the heck, like. So we have that, and then like basketball, we have like a lot of guys who went overseas and stuff like that.
And you're in the best conference, probably, arguably one of the best conferences in this state of Illinois.
We say like the best conference south of Chicago.
100%.
That's what we say. But yeah, it's a tough conference, and like coming from Edwardsville, there's like basketball wise, I feel like there's always like a good amount of pressure because it's just historically a pretty good school to play basketball. And then like personally or like with individual players that can be pressure because it's like we're getting trained by guys who played in college or played overseas, and these guys are coming back to coach, and these guys are coming to games, and it's like that's kind of like where it's at, like to do more after high school and just be one of those guys sometimes. It can be hard to kind of like think about, but it's also motivation. It's really cool, like when they come back and like help.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Edwardsville's chill.
Yeah.
I'm rocking with it.
Yeah.
All right. I just had like it made me have a random question too for you. Because I know like we probably all have one. Was there like a childhood like player on Edwardsville that you're like, man, he is so good?
Yeah, there were a couple. My sister was a cheerleader, so she cheered freshman through senior year, And so we would go to all of our games. Freshman year, there's a guy named Sean Roundtree. He's actually the JV coach now, and he trained me all summer. Such a great guy, but like he's like that. He was like that guy, and he was really good. And his big man was Armand Fletcher, who played in the G League.
Really?
He's
Was he D1?
Yeah, I think he went to Carbondale. I think, and I think Sean went to Central Michigan.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then like when she was a junior and a senior, it was AJ Epinesa, who's a football guy, but he played basketball. Mark Smith, who was Mr. Basketball of Illinois, and Oliver Stevens, who played at McKendree.
Dang, so y'all had some dogs.
They were so tough. So like I just remember like watching them play, and it was just like I just want to be a part of this. Like I want to wear tigers on my chest and like do. Obviously, I'm not gonna like catch a crazy lob and like dunk on everybody, but like or like shoot from the volleyball line. But like I want to like wear these colors and like win these games. And I'd say that.
For me, it's kind of crazy because my high school's only 11 years old.
Oh
So
my
it's
gosh.
like we had actually like a lot of good talent come through in that time. I feel like a lot of people have left to go to private schools, but also when I was in 8th grade, there was a guy that played at Liberty. His name was Cale Catchings. He was like athletic specimen, like 6'6", just like
Oh my gosh.
bouncy, like probably like 225 in high school, like grown man.
Wow.
But bro, he went to Harvard.
So he was smart.
Yes,
Wow.
because he transferred. Have y'all heard of CB? I know you heard of CBC.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You probably heard of it. He used to play there, and he came to Liberty for his senior year. I don't know why, but he did, and I just remember him being like crazy, like so good, like I thought he was going to the NBA, and seeing a guy like that big in high school, just like athletic specimen, like he reminds me of almost like Michaela Bridge. He might have been bigger, to be honest, but
Wow.
he was very skilled, good leader. And then his younger brother, his name is Jace. Okay, no, so that was 7th grade when I would like Kale, and then the next year, 8th grade, was when I saw Jace. Jace, he averaged 30 in high school in Missouri, 27 or 28 or something like that. He scored like 1,600 points or 1,400 points in like 2 years, and he was a dog too. So those brothers were just like crazy to watch. Both of them went D1. I think he went to Santa Clara or something like that. And no, not Santa Clara. It was a school in California because his senior year he transferred to play with Evan Mobley at Rancho Christian, and he got an offer from there. But Cale Catchings, he went to Harvard. I was like, that's crazy. I didn't even know it was possible to be that smart, that good at basketball at the same time. I think he told me, I asked him, he was just like, elite time management or something like that. I was like, I guess. But no, super cool guy. When I would see him at the gym, he was super nice, and I kind of looked up to him. So, yeah.
Well, I have a question. Obviously, Andre Iguodala is from Springfield,
Oh, yeah.
right?
We do not claim him.
But he's not
Why?
from Southeast. He's not from
I know.
He
Southeast.
doesn't. So he claims Chicago.
Oh,
It's
Actually,
cap, no way.
he does. Like
he went to Lanphier, right?
he went to Lanford, but he claims Chicago.
He graduated from Lanphier too.
I went Iguodala.
Yeah.
He claims Chicago.
Yes.
You're gonna have to get him on the pod and see.
So then, who were the people that you guys were looking up to?
So man, like I'll say we had some dogs. Like I'll say though, like when I was younger, I wasn't the biggest. Like I didn't like to necessarily play basketball all the time. I loved to watch it. So it was like, man, like Xavier Bishop, he was 5'7" in D1. Like, or like,
Went to
of
your
course.
school?
Yeah, no, he went to a lot of these guys went to my rival school,
Oh.
Lanphier. But like, Xavier Bishop, Larry Austin was a 3-star. 3-star went to Xavier. Like he was like our guy. He was like the ticket.
Yeah.
He just couldn't shoot. He played he didn't even stretch though.
Yeah.
He was a part of that Team USA team.
Really?
Yeah.
That's tough.
So
Wow.
he was like the ticket. Then you got Terry Murdix. he's more recent. James Dent, I played with him. Like I looked up to James. He knows that by now. But like when I was coming in, I looked up to him. He's D1 at NIU. But I think the biggest one for me, and I still play with him to this day. I still play with you. His name's D'Angelo Hughes, number 30 for Southeast. He had a burner.
Really?
Yes, like he was the definition of Southeast. Like, and he's kind of the reason why I wanted to play for them so bad. Besides Coach LT, like I can't explain like he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. LT's the GOAT. The second GOAT. Shweer is the first GOAT.
Of course.
But nah, LT and D'Angelo Hughes, they were some dogs. Like they were nobody over 6'2", like beating like Illinois ranked teams, like ranked teams in like the state. Just some dogs, man.
That is crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Then my dad.
Not over 6'2".
My dad told him, my dad told LT in front of me, like I was like in 6th grade or something like that. He was like, yeah, my son's gonna come play for you. He was like, oh yeah, we looking forward to him. Then like come around, like I'm playing for him, like I was
That's
his guy.
cool.
Like it was sick.
That is full circle. That's awesome.
So did you have an option to go somewhere else, or like?
So my uncle was the coach at SHG. I could have went to SHG. I could have went to Lanphier. My uncle's the principal.
Damn, Unc.
Southeast is
Shout
my
out
school
Unc.
district.
So it's like the kids you grew up with
Mm-hmm. Wait, which one?
in Southeast?
Nah, Southeast was actually a whole new environment. That's
Really?
my school district. I never went to school in my district.
Huh.
I always went to schools outside of my district, and then I came back. But like I always knew people, cause like you know, as a kid you walk around in the neighborhood, you're like, oh hey, what's your name, Mom? So it was weird. I had a weird journey to high school. But my brother, he was like always in the school district. Like my brother was troublesome, so he couldn't get any transfer work. So my brother went from in our district to in our district to in our district. So he knew everybody.
Yeah.
So they knew me by default because they knew my brother.
Mm.
And then like they're like, oh, the Noah, my brother, he was like, oh, this is my little guy, Seth, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then they found out I was pretty cool guy. So
You're just a chill guy.
yeah, I was just chill.
Just a chill guy
Chill.
for real.
But by the way, we're talking about Springfield, Illinois. That's
Yeah.
Just I don't remember if I said that already. And then Edwardsville, Illinois. But yeah, I think that leads me to my next question for you. Is where does your just your joy and your infectious energy come from? I know sometimes you say you don't think you have it, but
Yeah,
it's
sometimes.
different from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
I mean, of course, like first and foremost, like my faith, just with God. Like I feel like that's helped my journey, just with how I control my emotions, how I treat other people. Like God, He's probably the spearhead of that, like, and how I treat other people. But I'll say like my upbringing, like if we weren't joking, like we weren't having fun in my family too, like. Like everybody cracks on everybody. Like you can, like anybody can get it. So it was just like I've been caught timeout.
I'm just playing.
But like it was just like anybody, like if you couldn't laugh, then like what were you doing? And it was just like a family, like just
Yeah,
a
for
family
sure.
thing that we had. So it was like anything that anybody's called me at this school, I've heard from my brother. I promise you I've heard from my brother. I remember one time, TMI, but my brother was like,
should I leave that in?
But it was just like,
I don't know if I'll
edit
leave
this
it
out. No, I mean, you can keep it in. It is what it is. But
I'm just trying to protect the team.
but like, and I didn't even understand what that meant until like 3 years after he told me. I was like, oh my gosh, he really got me. Like, I remember, like, I don't know.
Wow.
I just feel like also everything like it can always be worse. Like whatever you look at, and whenever you look back at it, you're like, man, like I made it out. It wasn't even that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about like the first big thing that you had to do that stressed you out. Like whenever you look back at it, you laugh about it. So like, why in the moment would I be mad about it? Why in the moment would I have a bad attitude about something that I'm uncomfortable with?
Yeah. So do you think of yourself as a pretty like free thinker? And I guess like what I mean by that is like you won't let anyone else's opinion affect the way you are, or like you're confident like in your own skin and you're gonna do whatever you feel like you want to do, almost like.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually really like, I say I'm stubborn in a sense, like it, like I have so much like, even in my like team, I knew like in high school, I love y'all boys, we did not have a chance. But like every year, I'm like, man, we are going to win state.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to the conference. Like we're going to win conference. We're going to win state.
Yeah.
We're going to make it to state. We're going to go on a deep run. Like, I don't know. I've always had like a deep passion for like the people I love, the guys I love, like my teammates, like y'all, like even you two, like you guys are going to my wedding. Like you're going to be at my wedding. You know what I mean? And it's like I think we're the best team in I think we're the best team in the nation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I already have it mapped out in my head when we go put these hats on and stuff like that. When I go bald, because I promise that we're gonna make it to the national championship.
Right.
So it's just like.
Do you think being bald gives you more aura?
Yes.
I
100%.
think so. In my
Kobe?
experience,
Vin
it's
Diesel?
true.
The Rock?
It's weird.
Nah, he has that 5 o'clock shadow thing going on.
All right. So, what are your guys like? I know it's not too far ahead. Like before you know it, we're gonna be seniors. So, what are you guys like interested in doing after college? When it's May 2nd, 2027.
That's not far.
Oh my gosh, that scared me a little bit.
Honestly,
Soon.
for me, I
Just, like,
think I'm
thoughts.
leaning towards human resources as a major. And I think I'm actually supposed to be declaring really soon. Like, I want computer science to be my minor because I already have, like, all the requirements for it to be my minor. I need one more class. And then I want human resources to be my major because I feel like it's a perfect, like, mix of all of the things I like to do. Like, I like to talk to people. Training people isn't going to be hard. Dealing with the relationships will work. And then, like, you can be an HR anywhere. You can be an HR at Panda Express. You can be an HR at Lowe's. You
That
can
was
be
the
an
first
HR.
one that come to your mind. Do you like Panda Express?
I have a love-hate relationship with, like, Chinese food.
Yo,
Hello.
Oh, hold on.
come on in.
Welcome to the pod.
What's going on?
It's a podcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
We got Zion Hampton.
In the building.
Yo.
We're just talking. We're just chatting.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes, sir.
Well, you guys enjoy your podcast.
All right.
Episode with Z-Man coming soon. AKA
Yes, sir.
Batman.
Hit me up. AKA Ziddy.
Zitty.
I'm sorry. I had to.
You gotta tell Ziddy no.
That's getting edited.
It's getting edited.
Cut it.
AKA Diddy. I'm dead.
Don't end it.
Bro, I get if protect the team.
What
So
were you saying?
yeah, after
Oh,
school
Panda
pursuits,
Express.
Panda Express.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna work at Panda Express.
I like Panda Express because they have the Izzy drinks. Y'all know those?
Mm.
They're like it's like it's like IZZE.
Never had it.
I
Never
haven't
been.
either.
Y'all missing out.
But like you think like, oh, like I'm like, oh yeah, I work at Panda Express. Like the manager the HR at Panda Express makes 6 figures. That's
Bro.
insane.
I might have to think about human resources.
And-
Bro, like for me, I feel like it's a perfect, like, I'm not sitting at a desk all day, which there's nothing wrong with, but like I feel like I'm social
For
enough
you,
to
yeah.
where like I could do interviews like, oh, do you think you're well fit for the job? Like that's Like that's so fun to me. Like interview, training people, showing people the ropes. Because you're always gonna meet new people, new interactions, new people that like help the team, and it's just like I feel like it's a perfect medium of, all right, yeah, will there be some days where I don't want to do it? Sure, but also, am I getting paid? Yeah, like I'm getting paid well, and on top of that, like I'm doing something that I can enjoy and see that I can enjoy for the rest of my life.
For sure. Zach?
Honestly, for me, it's just something that I've thought about a lot. I don't think I want to go straight into the profession that I'm gonna that I'm like learning for right now.
Yeah.
Like I think I want to like honestly just like get an apartment, have like a stable job, and just like live for a little bit and just like decompress, like playing like 16 years of basketball and however many years of school, and just like take a break. Obviously, I don't want to like be a bum, but like maybe just wait a couple years. Like my sister, for example, is like 25, and I feel like she's really starting to like get into what she's like super passionate about in like her actual profession. And like I look up to her for like everything. So I feel like seeing that is like really reassuring. It's like I don't need to have everything figured out. Like I know that we just said like May 2027 is like approaching.
Yeah.
But it's like
It's
I'm
almost
just
20, 25.
yeah, it's insane. It's like I want to like obviously have an idea of like, you know, here's what I want to do in life, but I also just want to be like, I'm just gonna chill for a second too, just for a little bit.
So real.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, sometimes I feel like we get so caught up in having to do something that like, you
Yeah.
realize that you like
Are living right now. Yeah.
we have time. Like we do have time.
Yeah. I definitely like to stay present with things and stuff. Like I feel like that gives you the best sense of like what you actually want to do instead of always referring to yourself in the future where it's like, why not just do it now? Like if you like something, just start it and see what happens. To where you can actually give yourself the option to do that when you get older.
Or even like, have you guys heard about like what Kellen, like he's such like
He's a
entrepreneur,
hustler, bro.
like a hustler.
Kellen
bro.
is a hustler.
Power washing, like reselling, like
It's insane.
it's crazy. I feel like
I want to get into reselling.
after reselling is sick. Like, have you went to the bins?
I've
We
been
gotta
there
go to the
once.
bins.
I've been there once.
We should start reselling.
I want to go there. Yeah.
I'm actually so down. I'm down.
Yeah.
We gotta go to the bins. But I feel like I don't know, like even when Kellen graduates, I feel like Kellen's
He's gonna run
biggest-
for mayor.
Yeah, he'll run something for himself. Like,
Yeah.
I promise you will.
Yeah, for sure. I can see Kellen like opening up a small business, but like he's gonna love it, and like I don't know, like he's just always gonna have something, like he's gonna figure something out.
He always has some side quest going on.
He really does.
I want to go hunting with him.
Literally.
I feel like it'd be cool. I don't know.
Like I don't know who at he was 18. Who at 18 years old is like, man, I'm gonna start power washing houses. But like that, it really makes money though.
It literally started like a lawn mowing, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna mow lawns, and then it's like now it's like a thing, and he's like, now I'm gonna build off of it and do power washing. And he's like, here's how much I made in the past 2 months. I was like, yo, what are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. He called me in the middle of the summer. It was like, oh yeah, you work at Lowe's, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, like you guys sell power washing? Cause mine broke. I was like, I think so. Like it's Lowe's, we have to. So we did, but you could only order it online. And I was like, and he was like, oh well, you guys. He was like, well, you probably have a discount. And bro, I kid you not. I looked up as many discounts as I could for that man. Like I was trying to get him a deal.
Did you get a lot off for him?
Well, the thing is, I would have saved him so much money, but he needed like a pressure washer, like right then and there.
Yeah.
So if he just waited a little bit, I'd have actually hooked them up pretty well.
Maybe have one for storage. Hopefully. Yeah. I don't know if we did touch on this a little bit, but when you look back on the years, like what is a memory that you think fondly of? It could be about like basketball, like even like with IC, or like just growing up. Just like a quick memory.
Broad question.
Yeah. And you could take time with it. We could come back to it too.
Off the top of my head.
Like obviously, I think going to the D3 tournament was really cool. Like I know I enjoyed it a lot, and I really appreciated being able to even go, like, and see, like that shot that Josh made will go down in like IC history when we look back at it. Like when we're talking about this like 30, 40 years from now, like we're all gonna mention that. Like
That was a sick
we're gonna have
memory.
Unk lore.
St. Louis was a time, and obviously like did not end how we wanted it to, and obviously like we were all sad about that. Like it was like we were at Wash U, which is like the best, one of the best outside like
Very
SLU.
prestigious.
Like in St. Louis, like that environment was sick.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Their gym is nice.
We got to eat amazing food.
Mariano.
Walk around.
2 for 50.
Yeah. Walking around St. Louis downtown, a little iffy, but no, it was still like we had fun. That was definitely a good memory for sure.
Yeah, y'all should have got jumped.
Yeah, we stared at a car for too long.
But we were right outside the arch, which was really cool. Like
Literally.
the arch was a minute walk from our hotel.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Literally. I guess. Off the top of my mind, and I don't know why it's literally sticking with me right now, but like crazy enough, welcome week and freshman year as a whole, like
Oh gosh.
I will never forget welcome week in freshman year.
So
I will
much
never
fun.
forget the
So
talent,
much fun.
the talent show or whatever. That
Talent show, like
was. No. What was
The
guy?
hypnotist.
The
Or
hypnotist.
it was a magician that messed with you.
yeah.
That was so fire.
Like I feel like that was like I feel like that established so much with
Yeah.
like, all right, after that we literally like, at least for like the first semester, everywhere we went we were 12 deep. Like we did everything together. Like
All 12.
we were like we were homies. Like I don't know. It was like that's how I knew we were gonna be like a good team. When like, man, like
Fitting all 12 people in like one of those little gardener rooms.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like when I got here, I was like, dang, I really hope like these guys don't think it's stupid to like do these types of things. Because like I did talent shows and stuff at my high school, so I was like, I'm not really whatever. And so then whenever we texted, we were like, it's bingo night, and everyone was like, let's go right now. I was like, oh yeah, this is the place to be.
Bingo.
And then we like, and oh man, bingo night was like
yeah.
the highlight of my welcome week.
welcome week was a dub.
Oh,
Like,
so much fun. So much fun.
like I wouldn't replace anything. Like everybody talks about like Buzz and them, like it's just I feel like it's everybody's freshman year. They talk about how good their freshman year
Yeah.
was and how they had so many parties and stuff like that. And I feel like our freshman year, like there's literally nothing I changed. We didn't have a million houses. We had 2 ones that were always throwing something. Like it was all around fun.
It was really vital for character development
Yeah.
on a good, like at a good level.
Yeah.
Where we're still young enough to like get away with this doing
Right.
stupid things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about yours, Zay?
I don't know. Welcome week was definitely a blast. I really enjoyed Christmas break. That was pretty cool. Dang man, like the first Bill Maris tournament we had, and then we got ranked. Like that feeling was unmatched. Like beating Co and Wabash.
Mhm.
Like that was pretty fire. Well, I don't know. I just feel like making the album that we made. we made a 10-song album in a weekend.
I'm gonna link it.
It was the most fun, and it was literally everybody. Like it didn't matter who or what you were doing. Like everybody knew what was going on. Like, and then it started branching out to other teams, and
Soccer.
it was just that just shows like how close and connected we were, how much fun we were having, and we didn't need to do drugs or drink to have the type of fun that we were having. And that's just special. That's what I love about you guys.
I'm calling out Matt and Buzz. You guys' room used to be like the spot last year.
It
Like,
did.
It was the spot. We used to like literally live there.
The
for,
door
like,
was always open. We just push.
Not that it's not open now, but it's just different. It was
You
weird.
guys are all bougie now with your
It's a
house.
house.
With their house.
Thanks, bro.
I got a weird question. What, like, cause I don't know. When was your first conscious memory? Like, I remember mine vividly.
I don't know if I
Oh,
remember.
I've thought about this so many times. I'm trying to think. All right, say yours first, Seth.
All right, it was a cloudy day and I had to go to daycare. And my dad picked me up and drove me to daycare.
How old were you?
I don't remember.
But young?
Oh my gosh.
But I knew that I had a cousin Titus. I knew my mom, I knew my brother. Like, I knew everybody.
Yeah.
But I was on my way to daycare to go to Early Learning Center, which is like pre-K. I think it's pre-K. Yeah, it's pre-K. So I was going to my daycare, and then I did pre-K in the afternoon. So it was a cloudy day. It was weird. And my dad always drove me to. And then that was my first thought. I was like, that was my first moment. My dad woke me up. He was like, "You get ready." We were getting ready. Well, we went on our way.
Wow.
I think, like, mine wasn't even that crazy of a memory. I just remember being on my back, like, in my crib.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Dang.
early?
That's deep.
Because I remember, no, the reason why I remember was the cat was trying to get in. I was scared.
Oh.
And, like, also there was, like, the little things hanging above me. I was just watching them, like, go back and forth. And, like, the cat on the side of the thing.
Cut.
Damn. But yeah, I just
way to ruin our shot.
That's what I'm
nice guy.
saying, bro.
But yeah, I was just in the crib.
That's crazy.
You're just
I don't know how old, to be honest.
Oh man.
That's actually cool.
Now that one of my earliest ones, like Seth, you made me remember it from saying daycare. Is I was at a daycare center, so it had to be before I was maybe like 6 or 5 or something like that. And I think that we were supposed to be having like a nap time or something like that. And it was like this was like a section. It was like a section, and then it was like a little like baby gate, and there was like another section. So like the babies were like, and like the little kids were over there, and like we were over here. And like for some reason I just couldn't go to sleep. And so then like there were like 3 workers who were like, "You want to go with the little kids? You want to go with the babies? You feel like a baby?" And so I literally stood in there for like a second. I looked around and I was like, "What is going on?" Like I was like, why are you guys doing this to me? And they're like, "All right, come back." And then they were like all like giggling like sinisterly, and I was like, "Yo, this is like kind of messed up. Like I feel like I should tell someone about this. Like they just treated me like a little child, and like they just like threw me in the little kid center."
No.
And then I came back and I was like, ugh, bad taste in my mouth.
Really? Your first memory was horrible.
I've had so many bad. I was such a bad kid. I was so bad. I was best friends with the little corner. I had to keep my nose in the corner. Go to the corner.
I can just picture this in my head.
Oh my gosh. My mom used to play Blue's Clues while I was in the corner.
Wow. And that was like your favorite show.
Don't you dare turn around. Just kidding.
I used to have to do that too.
Corners are terrible.
But I would have to go sit on the stairs. Like I couldn't move. I had to go sit on the stairs.
I got spanked. I got beat.
Well, I mean, it's probably not as bad, but I got so shoved in my mouth.
Ooh, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I'd rather get spanked than that.
Soap was
It only
so
happened a couple times.
tough. Soap was so like
It's just-
embarrassing too. It was like, dang, I really got soap in my mouth.
It always happens after you say something just dirty.
And soap just tastes disgusting.
I think it's like you can. Do kids even go to daycare anymore, or do they just like play on their iPads?
It's
I don't
terrible.
think
I'm
Kids
not,
even get disciplined?
my
anymore?
kids aren't having iPads ever.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like, do kids even play with toys?
Honestly,
I don't know.
it's like technology with kids is like the worst, best thing that ever happened to society. Because, mind you, like when I was a kid,
You sound like old.
like I
You
just
sound old.
But like when I was a kid, like we didn't have that, so we did other stuff. Like I remember, like I used to eat like detergent. Like
What?
because I was like not eat it, but I used to taste it like with my tongue because like I was bored. I drew on walls or like
Oh yeah.
I went outside,
Taste
got in a
it.
fight or like biking and like biking with the
I
friends.
used to build snowmen, bro. Y'all don't even go out sledding, probably because of global warming. But still,
Facts.
Yeah.
That's
We got into
deep,
like
man.
critical life damaging things, but it was
True.
fun.
It was so fun. Like, where did the worms go?
nah, facts.
Nowhere.
Where did they go?
I used to play with worms all the time. Where are they?
They've
I
been
see-
replaced.
I see maybe one worm. Like I feel like I see 2 worms a year.
Now you have to go to the store to go buy them.
They've been replaced by cicadas. That killed Southern
Gators.
Illinois.
Facts.
Where did all the babies go? They got turned into chicken sandwiches.
Nah, I don't know. What do you think about like, I guess your kids and like, I guess that's been scaring me as of late. And I'm not gonna be a dad anytime soon.
No.
Sure.
I hope so, but like, I want to like instill the same rules that I was taught up on, and I feel like I can do it better. But like, at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be like I know I'm always gonna be like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, raising kids is so confusing and
Yeah.
weird to like comprehend, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you guys will raise kids?
Yeah. Definitely.
Hopefully. I'm hoping to.
I just don't know how.
I think you just learn as you go type stuff.
Yeah.
You can really, you can be as prepared as possible, but when you actually get there, it's like a basketball game.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like you could be, I mean, I guess it's not, because you could be over prepared and know exactly what to do. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I feel like you'll figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
I feel like having a kid, though, is just such a gift.
It is
Like-
such a good.
You'll be grateful no matter what, and just try and, you're gonna, like, your life is gonna change when you have a kid, so you're just gonna do anything for that kid, like, exactly like what our parents do for us, so it's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, as long as you want it, like,
Yeah.
it's gonna work out.
It's the first time, like, I mean, besides having, like, I guess a girlfriend or a wife, it's the first time you'll have to think outside of yourself.
Oh yeah.
And,
for
like,
sure.
that's a hard thing for me because I've never been, like, a big relationship guy or anything like that. So I've always just, it was like me, myself, and I. That's all I got to think about.
Mhm.
And now, like, I guess learning how to think outside myself is
Yeah,
it's kind of hard.
for sure. So, what are your guys' favorite artists and music genres? Change of subject. I'm not gonna let Zay go first because we already know the answer to this.
Yeah, but I'll say stuff outside of
Okay.
the
okay,
go.
okay.
But you can go first.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Right now.
Forrest Frank. No, I'm just
Mm.
playing.
He's up there.
He's very, very tough.
I'll say Holby.
Ooh, I know.
Holby. And then I'll say, who have it's weird. I haven't been listening to artists lately. I've been listening to like songs. Up sleeper pick. Holby, Leon Thomas.
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah.
and or Andre, Andre, aka Andre on Victorious, but Leon Thomas.
That's him.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
And then this is just YOLO Gunna. I love Gunna. Gunna is like, that is my spirit animal. He's a big old bear.
We about to eat Maggiano's. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Gunna.
I've been like really into late 90s, early 2000s alternative rock.
Explain.
My sister, growing up, has a crazy music taste, whatever. But like, again, like I just want to do everything she does. So like, when she's listening to music, I always try to like, not ask her what the song is, but like, know it a couple words and look it up later.
Mm-hmm.
So then she like put me on this song in middle school, and I really messed with it. But it was so different than like what my friends would listen to, because at the time it was like Bad and Bougie was like insane. EXO Tour Life was insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, those songs are really cool, but like listening to like this rock, or going in the car with my grandma and listening to the Beatles, or going in the car with my grandpa and listening to Al Green and the Spinners. Like, it was just like those gave me different feelings.
Yeah.
So I've been really like off rap. Like, I can't tell you like who's dropping soon, or like who's doing insane in like the rap industry. But obviously, whenever Drake drops,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna worship it, and I'm gonna never listen to anything else for the next year.
I don't think I've met a bigger Drake fan.
However, right now until then, like I just try to listen to like happy music that's just so different.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I love was my grandpa. Every time he's in the car and like he finds a song that he thinks I like, he'll take a picture of it and send it to me.
Oh.
And he's done that since I was like a junior in high school. So then like literally last year I got to a point and I just put them all into a playlist.
I listened to it.
And it's like an hour and a half long.
It's good.
So like I get music from him. Obviously like my grandma with like more like classic rock, like the Beatles and like Barry Manilow and stuff like that. And like my sister is like, obviously she likes rap and stuff like that, but also like alternative rock and like newer stuff. Her and her boyfriend put me on like a bunch of songs this summer. I mean, my mom has always made sure that like I know like 90s hip hop and things of that nature.
Of course.
Obviously no one will ever touch Drake,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
I don't know.
who
My
could?
music, exactly. My music taste is just so all over the place. It's one of the things I really take pride in, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
You learn something every day.
I feel like you two specifically have like really like, I know this is like a stretch of a word, but like intimate like relationship with music. Like, I feel like music is super important to you
I
guys.
love it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without
Can
it.
you guys like explain that?
Well, for me, like, first off, like what I've been listening to, I think I've been in Jacksonville too long, but I've been listening to country music,
Oh boy,
and I never really listened to country music.
it's not
before.
bad.
I really never really listened to it, but there's something about it that I don't know if it's comforting or if it's just something that my ears needed to hear because I've been listening to everything else. But like, I don't know, something in me has just become attracted to country music. For some of the artists in particular, I mean, like Zach Bryan's all right. I started listening to some of his songs. I like his popular songs. It's hard because I like the popular country songs. Coulter Wall, good. What were some like Tyler Childers? I think I love his music. It's not like crazy country. Like the country people aren't gonna be like, oh, like you know a lot about it. But I like his music. Morgan Wallen's all right. But my favorite, like the first country music artist I really listened to was Johnny Cash, and that's like old country music, but I like that still. And I like Western music because I really liked getting into, I wasn't playing Red Dead Redemption, but I was watching YouTube videos of people playing the game, which is kind of interesting. And like, I just like that music that makes me feel like I'm in the game. I don't know why, it's weird, but yeah. and I don't know if it's like a. No, that's whenever Wilson walks in.
This town isn't big enough
His
for the two of us.
mustache.
Exactly.
But yeah, country music, Western music, low key like movie soundtracks. I don't know if that's weird. And then like whatever's trending, like on like TikTok. Like I know it's like you shouldn't get your music from there, but sometimes I like listening to like what's popular. Other than that, I've been listening to Christmas music. It's kind of Thanksgiving time right now. A lot of Christmas music. Started listening to more gospel music, and CeCe Winans. I love her music. And then I have like some rap, some Marvin. Yeah, I mean, I could name a ton, but music that I think puts me in the seasonal mood. Like summer, I'll listen to more like Calvin Harris. I'll listen to like what's his name? Miguel. I'll listen to like him. I'll listen to like that K-Tronado, like upbeat stuff, and then like seasonal, like fall, winter. I'll listen to like the jazz, like the Christmas music, the gospel music. Like you could listen to that whenever, but I think it depends on like my vibes, like what's my environment is, and how I wanna feel like a character in that environment. And yeah, that's like my whole music thing.
It's fire.
But the question was, we have an intimate relationship. I guess that kind of described my relationship.
It
with music.
did.
Where do you think you get it?
I think I was so out of touch with everything as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have like a legit working phone until like 8th grade, where all my friends. Okay, I had like an iPhone, but I could only use it on Wi-Fi. All right.
That's real.
It's probably good.
Yeah, it actually was really good. But like all my friends, like growing up where I grew up, had phones. Like some of them like 5th grade, like obviously 6th grade and stuff like that, and they all have music platforms where they're listening to music, and the only thing I have is the radio, which is just like Ricky Smiley in the morning, honestly, which is a deep cut.
Wow, you just took me back.
Yeah. But anyways, I was very out of touch. But then that like my sister really brought music into the picture because I mean she had a car, and she has an aux, so we're not just listening to like 103.3 or whatever. Like she's putting on like her music, and I'm like, whoa, like this is kind of fire. So then like as I got older, I really started to like kind of like appreciate that more. And I feel like it maybe started like everybody's listening to this album right now, so I should listen to it. And then it started to get like, okay, this is cool, but like now I want to start listening to this and this. And now that I finally have Apple Music, I can like go way back in time. I can browse by decades. And like I just started finding music for different scenarios and like points of my life that like really describe like who I was at that moment in time. And of course, like there were a lot of like hard things that like happened in high school, a lot of like sad things, like quick turn music on. I mean, that's still what I do today. And now I have like sound cancellation beats, like those things live on my ears in the summer. So, I mean, it's a way to kind of like escape and like kind of get into a different mode, different mentality, a way for you to maybe like deal with your emotions or just overall just try and feel good about stuff, in my opinion. God, I love music. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I noticed like when I'll listen to like negative music, or maybe I'm like trying to like just get through a trial in my life or something like that, or like an obstacle, like even listening, like what you listen to affects you so much because it's like you surround yourself with that energy. And it may be the difference between me sulking and staying negative or me being positive and moving on from something. So I think I almost kind of use it as like a mood thing, like kind of like you touched on, to where it'll help me like think about how I'm feeling, maybe realize something's not that deep, and then I just play the music, and I feel like I'm already in a better mood, and yeah.
Music is different, man.
It
It's different.
It hits so different.
So, no bias, no recency. No, like, recency bias, no nostalgia bias. Are we doing, this is something we can all do. Are we doing CLB? Are we doing Nothing Was the Same?
Is it bad that I don't know what that album is?
I feel like
Which one?
Nothing Was the Same.
You'll know when you see the cover.
it's hard. Let's look at some of these songs.
He doesn't have a miss.
You're right.
From Time is on there. Wu-Tang Forever, Tuscan Leather, Started from the Bottom, Pound Cake. Is it bad that I don't like this Drake?
Really?
It's not my cup of tea.
Too much is like really.
Oh
That's
wait,
my
no.
song.
Hold On, We're Going Home is on here.
Own It is so good.
But I'm not a fan of like Pound
It's
Cake.
your.
But Come Through is on here.
Oh,
Hold On.
Such a great beat
When I
switch.
should have won.
Oh.
The only time of day.
And then it's CLB?
I
I don't think this is a competition.
CLB is so good. Like when you look back at it, it's so good.
I wanted you to raise my mind.
Yeah, I personally have to go with CLB. I feel like that's just who I am.
Please.
That's just who I am, though. Like, and honestly, that was like around the time, like CLB was around the time where I really started to like. Okay, sorry,
Alright,
you done?
sorry, he was
No, it was like I
No
like,
susness.
No, I enjoyed it,
Time out.
but no, CLB was like when I really started like digging deep into music, and it was like from Dark Lane to like his drops, like his features, the run that he had, and then he dropped to CLB. It was like, bro, this is like, I'm a junior in high school, like, it's fall vibes around homecoming, like, this is peak.
Yeah, that was a good time. I still think I'm going with Nothing Was the Same.
Oh, don't make me be the tiebreaker.
You have to
now.
be the tiebreaker.
Oh.
And I need you to analyze this
Girl,
too.
you know we got things to do.
Because I feel like
Girl, you know we got... Hold On, We're Going Home was like the first Drake song I heard.
it's
Oh,
same.
yeah, that's real.
Mine was
And
actually all me.
All me.
But it's just like nostalgia bias digs so deep with like it hits so hard with this album
Yeah.
because there's a song for literally every emotion
That's
I
what I'm
have.
saying.
But CLB, there's a song for every emotion I have. And I hate, and like, literally when people were hating on it when it first dropped, only because of the album cover
Mm-hmm.
and not because of the content of the songs,
Yeah.
it made me feel some type of way. So, I'm gonna go Nothing Was the Same because that's my favorite album of all time. But CLB is a top 3 Drake album of all time.
I
Stamp it.
think all the memes that were made with the Nothing Was the Same album were like super funny too. Like it was like back then when memes were like actually a thing. Like
Literally.
cause now memes are just like straight brain rot. But like back then we actually had like memes.
It's true.
Like what were the? It was just like they
Started
would
from the bottom.
they would put like a
Yeah.
face of someone and then
Yeah,
like that
yeah, yeah.
background.
I hope nobody heard that.
Because
I hope no one heard that.
You remember that? Jerry Perp Drink.
Oh
or
my
whatever his name
gosh.
was. Is that his name?
Yeah, per pumpkin or something like that.
Yeah.
Like-
he was the
Like this type of stuff. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I don't even know. That's stupid. Though. I thought that. Oh my gosh, Lil Nas.
Bro, or when that auntie was singing I'm not going. Or remember ain't nobody the auntie was ain't nobody with me way back then, girl. How about now?
Oh,
Cause I'm
yeah.
up. Is it you singing it too? Oh yeah. You remember that? I love like I'm sorry, the memes back then were so good.
They were.
And they weren't like I feel like nowadays I'm sounding old.
We are old, bro.
But like nowadays, like people purposely make songs so that they can get TikTok to that. When
Yeah.
back then it was like people made songs and then
Yeah.
like unironically, a meme came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
That's real. That's real.
So, I guess this is my last music thing that I gotta say. Do you think, like, and being unbiased, because nostalgia and recency bias, like, I feel like they kill us all.
Mm-hmm.
New Drake or old Drake?
Like,
In-
who's better?
New Drake, I'll say the cutoff is, dang. Do I give them?
I gotta pull up the albums.
Do I give them?
For all the dogs.
Not Views. The album after Views.
Um,
More Life and Down versus Scorpion and Up. Is that fair, or do I gotta give them More Life?
More Life was 2017. Views is 16. But that is really like where the middle is.
It is. Is that the cutoff? More Life.
Is
But
Views
wasn't More
considered
Life
old
like?
Drake?
Views is old Drake. Views is old Drake.
Really?
It has to be, right?
Wasn't he singing a lot?
2016. That was like
Yeah, he was singing a ton.
But I guess
Oh,
New
it's
Drake
so
is like
good.
past 6 years.
So wait, what's the cutoff? What's the cutoff? Is New Drake getting More Life or no? Or is he getting Scorpion?
Was More Life? Weren't they just like songs that he made for Views that he just didn't keep?
It was so good.
Oh my gosh! I think that you got to, because if you give More Life to old, then it's a blowout.
Then give More Life to New Drake.
All right. Well, Scorpion is my favorite album ever.
But all right, so the big four though, Views. If you're reading this too late, Nothing Was the Same, and oh yeah,
Take Care.
If
yeah.
you're reading this, it's too late. Like,
I mean, So Far Gone, I never really got into that. Thank Me Later had some bangers.
they would make memes and
They will make me.
literally like brands use this on their hoodies and stuff. Like I feel like
They did.
Bro, this album had so much like attention.
Look
around
at the
it.
first 4 songs.
Yeah.
If you read, if the first like 6 songs of,
No
if you're reading
Television.
this is,
Star 67.
What are we
I love
doing?
that song.
It's so good. So old Drake or New Drake?
ah,
I might. So he has More Life though.
More Life,
New Drake.
Scorpion, Dark Lane.
are his features
love
his
you.
features in the conversation?
Hmm?
His features are in the conversation.
His features have to be.
Then I feel like I might have to go New, because some of his features have been
My
crazy.
Way. All I
That-
gotta do.
Oh, that's old Drake. Who Do You Love? Ah, dang. I have such an emotional connection with Who Do You Love.
Who are you going?
I don't know. I can't.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
If More Life is New Drake, I think it's so hard because I didn't really listen to a lot of old Drake. Maybe like a couple songs, but not all the way through. So I think I might go New Drake because I really do like Dark Lane. I do like, even though his Care Package, those are old songs, right?
It's old songs.
So it belongs to old. I don't know.
I'll
Old
give
Drake
it to
has
New
more
Drake.
like classics though. So I don't.
But with time,
It's really
his
a
new
coin
stuff will
flip.
be his class. It really is. Cool.
But
The fact that it's just the same person is ridiculous.
yeah, it's like Kobe's 8 and 24.
Literally.
That's a great comparison.
That
It's like
was
MJ's
amazing.
23 and 45. No, I'm
All right,
just
that's a
playing.
little crazy.
Stretch.
It's like
Bro,
Nathan
it's like-
Bobakiewicz's 24 and 42.
Good.
No, I'm just playing. 42 is crazy.
My brother's 42 actually.
Damn, sick. Yeah, I gotta go old. I gotta go old personally.
I think I'm gonna go new. Sorry,
I respect
but
that. And Isaiah's split probably
I
directly now.
have no idea.
but you think new?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. It's tough.
If we count features, it's gonna be, features change it up a lot.
Features
Yeah.
too. Change it up a little.
I have one more question.
Alright, ask away.
And this is gonna be the last question. Kind of like
Yes.
separate from all.
Sorry.
I mean, the answer is yes, you will have one.
Oh,
Unless it hasn't happened to you.
sorry. Continue. I was just trying to.
No, I'm just gonna stare at you for the next 5 minutes. Make you think about what you did. So this is like a canon event. But like was there a moment in your guys' life that you felt shaped you to be like who you are, the person you are right now? And yeah, just you guys can think about that a little bit. I know for me, I feel like I've had a couple moments, but like one definitive one that's like made you the way you are now.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I don't know if like I can think of like one specific time, but like kind of understanding like who my family is and like how I need to like represent that in a sense. Like whenever I am in school, in the classroom, playing basketball, hanging out with my friends, like, am I representing my family like I need to be? Am I like staying true to like the kind of like the morals that we have? I feel like that's just kind of like helped me grow as a person. Man, like I wear like the number 21 because that's what my aunt and my mom wore. So it's like whenever I wear that, I feel like I'm just like wearing a part of my family. And I just feel like that's kind of like how I go about life. Like that number just means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So it's like definitely just like trying to be there. Like there's a lot, like we might not express it crazy, like a crazy amount, but like there's a lot of love in our family.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I represent them? How can I represent who I am in like the best possible way?
Yeah.
Just make sure other people are good, maybe before I'm good, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So not exactly like a moment, just like
Just
more of
in
a
general.
mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
That you, like a realization you had
Yeah.
from a young age,
For
would you
sure.
say?
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess, man, mine kind of piggybacks off of yours a little bit there. In the sense of like, I remember, like, so it's like, it's almost a two-part thing, but like, I remember somebody walking up to me, like this happens all the time, and they're like, Seth, like, why are you like, they literally walked up to me and was like, Seth, like, why are you always smiling? Like, why? Like, they literally walked up to me, they're like, why? Like, why? And I was like, I have no clue. Like, I don't know. I was like, nothing bad in life is going on, so like, why not smile? Why not feel good?
Why not just because?
Yeah, like, and then another, like, I feel like that's just something that like, it stuck with me that like, not everybody thinks that way. Like, in a sense, like, I like to say that like, I've never looked at something as if it was like the end of the world. So it was like while I still have breath in my body, like, let me enjoy it. Like, let me enjoy the moments I have with my friends. Cause like, after a while, like, I love, even you guys, like, I love you guys, but man, I won't be able to talk to you guys every day like I used to, you know what I mean?
I think
So
that's also like really inspiring, just because like with some of like the circumstances like I feel like you've had to go through, like it's really cool to hear you say like you feel like not everything can be like the end of the world, you know what I'm saying? Like the way you've dealt with like certain situations that, you know, couldn't be avoided and stuff like that is like something to really like take like inspiration from, because like it's crazy. I don't know, you should be proud of yourself. I
You
feel
should,
like.
bro.
Yeah.
You're a great dude, bro. You guys are
Yeah.
both great dudes.
No, like, literally.
Yeah, both of you should
You
be
got
very
it.
proud of yourself. All
guys.
of us should be proud of
We should all be proud of
Pat
ourselves.
on the back.
Yeah.
Let's all pat each other on the back.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Thanks. But like, what I was like, the other one for me was I remember like a couple months after my mom did pass, there's this kid, and they're like, oh, like I hate my parents. Oh, I was like, I was looking at them like, I was like, you know, like, and then hearing what you say and like, literally like all my teammates now, like you guys love your family so much, and it's like, that was something that like gave me a wake up call. It was like, man, like, all right, yeah, that's something that like I can't necessarily like, at least with my mom, that's something I can't enjoy. But I still have an aunt, I still have my dad, I still have my brother. I was like, I don't want to be that person that's complaining about something that is honestly not guaranteed for everybody.
Right.
So I was like, let me love on the people that I have while I still have them. And it was just like, I feel like it almost answers like the question that you asked earlier, like realizing how soon something could leave your life made me want to hold on to the things that I still have that much more. Like my friendships, like in the summer, like like over breaks, like I really try to call you guys and make sure you guys know like I'm still thinking about you guys and stuff like that, because like you just never know. Like I want the last thing for any of you guys to hear from me is like something positive, like I love you guys or something like that, because like I feel like sometimes we take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you never know what can happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like even like with like sports, like sometimes like I mean today, like, you know, our practice was wishy-washy, but like even that, like I look back in hindsight, I'm like, man, like I took that for granted. Like I'm glad that there's another day, but one day there won't be.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
I think for me, I don't know if it was like a specific moment, but I always felt like when I was in middle school and I moved from Illinois, Chicago area to the St. Louis area, I kind of had like a chance to like be a new version of myself. Like it was frustrating because I was moving away from like safety and like knowing people, and then I moved and then had friends and I actually had to move again to a different area in St. Louis. So it was like I kind of had to restart a couple times, and I never thought I would have to move. I thought I was going to grow up in Illinois forever, and I probably would have been very different if I stayed there. But it was like another opportunity to where I was going to try and make new friends. And at first I was like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm moving to the country. Like I feel like I'm not going to know that many people. And I didn't really like the people that I was meeting. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like living in Missouri and being there. Obviously it ended up fine, but I was like, I felt very different from people, and I was like always trying to think like, do I want to be around these people? Do I want to try and fit into this? And from that like young age, like I was always mature, but I just really realized like I am like very different from the people around me. Like I played basketball, so it helped me like fit in, but I didn't want to get into like, I guess, things that people thought were like fun to do at the time, like I don't know, like cause drama, like I don't know, that's a middle school thing, but I didn't want to get into that. Like I wanted to be by myself, kind of just focus on basketball and be different. And I felt like that kind of like set the tone for my life, where it was like I would do like small things, like even like with my like, I don't know, like what I would wear, from like the way I would express myself on the court, and like different things I would do to just try and stand out and be different. I felt like that was a theme, try and be different. And like I just kept changing myself. Like I wanted to try new things, and at that point I wasn't gonna let anyone around me affect what I wanted to do. You know, coming from like kind of a smaller area in St. Louis, and I was like, I'm just gonna pursue all these things. And also in 8th grade, that's like when my grandfather, who I was close with, passed away. and that was like kind of like my first time dealing with like a death in the family, and he had always been so happy, like kind of like reminds me of like you or like your dad, like they're super like cool, like a really happy guy, and also just like left a legacy for my family, and I kind of wanted to like do right by him and just make sure I go hard in everything for my family, and make sure that I take care of them, and I'm not just gonna be a bum. Like I'm not gonna like see these people around me and be like, I'm gonna settle for average. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. I think it's very easy to be safe, like shoot for a safe job, a safe like life, but I want to take risks because it's like if I hadn't, then I'm gonna die one day and be like, dude, why did I not do that? Or why didn't I do it earlier? So I feel like it just like set the tone to try and not care about what people think about me, but at the same time live a life where I'm respectful to people, always trying to do my best, and I think that's like what helped me. Yeah. So.
Man, that was deep. Almost shed a tear, brother.
I'm gonna shed a tear for y'all's, bro.
For real, bro.
But I think that's a great place to end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, listener, for tuning in. Dang, that's a long time, bro.
Bye.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
Let's
thank
do
you
this
for
again.
coming on.
Let's do this again.
We have to. We
Thank you
actually
for
have
coming
to.
on. And
Thumbnail?
peace out. Wait, what's the thing that Nardwar does where he's like,
He just poses.
Doop doo loop doo.
do. Wait, you can't do it exact, but say something else. Then do. All right.
Oh, all right.
Do.
Bink bink.